Good morning, dear students. Myself, Mrs. Rashmi Sahu, PGT Accounts in St. Mary Higher Secondary School, Jabalpur. Today, I am going to let you know about the dissolution of a partnership firm. So, before starting this topic, let us have a simple introduction about the partnership. When two or more than two persons decide to work together by employing the knowledge and capital and agree to share the profit and loss in their agreed proportion or in a certain proportion, that is called a partnership. The person who involved in the partnership collectively are called as a firm and individually are called as a partners. Partnership in India is governed by the Indian Partnership Act 1932 Section 4. So according to Indian Partnership Act Section 4, partnership is the relation between persons who have agreed to share the profit and loss and carry business by all or by any of them acting for all. According to the Act, there are two types of partnership, general partnership and limited partnership. Now the general partnership. In the general partnership consists of two or more people who go into the business together and share the profit. In general partnership, each partner involve themselves in the function of the business operation and also share the liabilities. And in the limited partnership consists of one or more general partners and at least one limited partners. The general partners handle the business operation and share in the liability, and the limited partner contribute the capital to the business but do not get involved in the everyday function and have a limited liabilities. After the establishment of a partnership firm, there must be a mutual agreement among the partners. This agreement can be in a written form or in a oral form. A written agreement is considered better than the oral one. In case of a written agreement, a stamp is essential and the partnership agreement is known as the partnership deed. Here you can see the picture of a partnership agreement in which the rules and regulation of the partners are written, that how they have to perform the function, and about the admission of a partner and the retirement of a partners are clearly mentioned in this partnership deed. The terms and the condition of the business must be clearly defined in the partnership deed or the partnership agreement. Now coming to our topic, that is the dissolution of a partnership firm. What is dissolution? Dissolution of the firm means winding up of the business or the termination of the business, means when the business comes to an end. The entire operation of the business will come to an end. In case of dissolution, the relationship among the partners will completely come to an end and the business will close down. Now here you can see the topic is written, difference between dissolution of partnership and dissolution of a partnership firm. Now what is this? What are the two types of dissolution? So let us clear that. In dissolution of partnership means when it leads to a changes in the partnership agreement, means where there is a when there is a changes in the relationship among the partners, or when there is a changes in the ratios of the partners, or when the partners are changing, but in that case the business will go on as it is. It does not affect the continuity of the business, means the partners will change. Partners can be changed but the business will go on with its name only. There will be no changes in the continuity of the business. That is called the dissolution of a partnership, means partnership has been ended but the firm will continue with the other partners. And in the dissolution of partnership firm means completely winding up of the business. The name itself says dissolution of partnership firm, means when the firm comes to an end, when the business comes to an end, when the entire operation of the business closes and when the task has been completed and when the business closes down. In the case of dissolution of a partnership firm, the relation among the partners completely come to an end and the business will close down. That is called the dissolution of partnership firm, means the business will completely close down. Now I think it is clear to all of you the dissolution of the partnership and dissolution of the partnership firm. In the dissolution of the partnership means the partnership will changes but the firm will continue by its own name, and in the dissolution of the partnership firm means entire business will close down and the entire business will comes to an end. That is called the dissolution of partnership. Now let us discuss some methods or the condition on which the firms has been dissoluted, means what are the condition for which the dissolution of the firm can be done. Now, according to the Indian Partnership Act 1932, Section 44 of the Partnership Act, I am going to discuss about some circumstances for which the court can dissolve a firm on any of these conditions. Now, let us discuss some points by which the court can dissolve the firm. The first point is insanity of a partner, means when a partner becomes the unsound mind and any of the well-wisher of the firm or any of the partner inform that about the that to the court. In that condition, the court can dissolve the firm. Next point is permanent incapability, means when any of the partner becomes incapable of performing his duties, means he become the permanent incapable in performing his duty as a partner. In that a case, the court can dissolve the firm. Next is the breach of partnership agreement, means when any of the partner break the rules which are written in the partnership agreement and other partners find and conduct himself in such a manner that it become difficult to carry on the business, then in such a case the court may order to dissolve the firm. Next point is permanent loss in the business. When the business is going in continuously in the loss, then in that case also the court can order its dissolution. Next is transfer of interest by a partner, means when a partner, any of the partner transfer his share of interest of the firm to a third party, and if any of the partner make a complaint in the court, then in such a case the court can dissolve the firm at the instance of any partner. So these were the conditions in which court can order to dissolve the firm. But beside these, there are some more points in which the dissolution can take place without the intervention of the courts. So let us study some more points in which the firms can be dissolved. So the first one is dissolution by agreement. As we know that the partnership is started with the agreement and it also ends with the agreement, means if in the agreement it is written the partnership has been done for the 3 years or the 5 years or the 20 years and that has been completed, then the partnership will come to an end or the firm will be dissolved. And the next is compulsory dissolution, means when all the partners are declared insolvent or leaving one partner, all the partners are declared insolvent. In that case also the firm may be dissolved. And next is the firm is declared illegal. If the firm is declared illegal, the firm can also be dissolved. And the next is if the firm has been established for some specific task and that task is over, so in that case also the firm can be dissolved. And the next point is on the death of a partner, if suppose there were only the two partners were remaining and there is a death of any one of the partner, then in that case also the firm can dissolved. So these were the condition for the dissolution of a partnership firm. So now when the partners have decided to dissolve the firm, now what should be done first? Decision has been taken to dissolve the firm, so what should be done first? First of all, the assets of the business will be sold out. Whatever assets are there in the business, for example the furniture or the machine or whatever assets which were used in the partnership firm for the business will be sold out. And the next thing will the efforts will be made to realize the amount due from the debtors, and the amount realized from the sale of the assets. After selling the assets, whatever money has been received, first of all from that amount the liabilities will be paid out. The liabilities which the business has to pay, that liabilities will be paid. And after paying the liabilities to the outsiders, then if any partner has given the loan to the firm, then the payment will be made to the partner who has given the loan to the firm. After paying the liabilities to the outsiders and after making the payment to the partner, if any amount is still left, then that amount will be distributed among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. And if the amount received from the sale of the assets is not sufficient to meet the liabilities, then in such a case partner has to attach their personal properties, means partner has to bring their personal properties and has to pay the loan and has to pay the liabilities of the outsiders. Now, can the assets be sold in one day, or can you realize the amount from the debtors in one day? No, never. All this work will take some some time. So to do all this work, a person is appointed. He can either be a partner or a receiver, and a person who is appointed to do all this work will paid a remuneration. He will be paid a some amount. That amount is called the dissolution expenses. So the dissolution expenses are met first, and the rest of the dissolution work of the dissolution is done afterwards. This was about the function related with the dissolution. Now the next is, what are the accounts prepared in the case of dissolution? The first one is realization account is prepared, partner's capital account, and the cash or bank account, and the partner's loan account if any. These following accounts are prepared at the time of dissolution of a partnership firm. When the dissolution of the firm takes place, then in that case cash and bank accounts are closed, and for this purpose realization account is open to determine the profit and loss on the dissolution. When the assets are sold and the liabilities are paid, in that case whether there is a profit or loss in the firm, to know that the realization account is prepared, and whether there is a profit or loss, that will be transferred in the partner's capital account. In the realization accounts, all the assets except cash at bank are transferred in the realization account in the debit side. All the assets are recorded at their book value. All the external liabilities and loan will be transferred to the credit side of the realization account at their book value. When the assets are transferred in the debit side, means to side, the journal entry will be realization account debit to assets account. And when the liabilities are transferred in the buy side, then in that case the journal entry will be liabilities account debit to realization account. This was all about the dissolution of the partnership firm. And if you want to know how to make the realization account and partners capital account and cash account in the dissolution of the partnership firm, then for this you have to stay tuned. In the next video I will try to solve some questions related to the dissolution of partnership firm. So till then, stay tuned and stay blessed. Thank you.